On Wednesday, we got one of the best directs in the history of Nintendo, and with it, we got an insane amount of information about not only the features and design of the Switch 2, but also about the games that will be featured on the system. Knowing me, Zelda will always be my top priority when it comes to Nintendo news, and we actually got a lot more information on Zelda than I was expecting. Not only are we finally getting Wind Waker ported to a Switch system, but also remastered versions of the Wild Era games were announced for June 5th. But the most exciting bit of information to me was the reveal of Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. Age of Imprisonment will be the fourth game in the Hyrule Warriors franchise. Previously in the franchise we've seen Hyrule Warriors, Hyrule Warriors Legends, and Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, which is by far the best one. Age of Imprisonment will be the successor to Age of Calamity, both telling the story of the wars between the mainline series and Wild Era games. Unlike with Age of Calamity, which was set only a century before Breath of the Wild, Age of Imprisonment will instead be set in the ancient Hyrule during the reign of King Rauru and Queen Sonia. From the minute and 45 seconds of footage we got, we can see that Rauru, Zelda, and Minoru will all definitely be playable. There will most likely be a whole host of other playable characters that weren't hinted at in the trailer, but for now we can't confirm anything else about character playability. In the trailer's opening moments, we do see Princess Zelda walking in a third-person perspective, which may suggest certain moments of the game will be playable without the combat setup, but we can't know for sure at this point. Probably the highlight of the trailer for me was actually getting a proper view of Hyrule Castle. We saw small glimpses of it in Tears of the Kingdom's memories, but never a proper view of the whole thing, so that was exciting. Age of Calamity had a massive story twist that defied everyone's expectations of the game. Everyone anticipated the game to be the story that led into Breath of the Wild, the tragic loss of the great kingdom of Hyrule told as a playable game. Instead, Age of Calamity ended in an alternate timeline where the kingdom of Hyrule was able to drive back the calamity, resulting in a peaceful century before Breath of the Wild. However, this time, the trailer literally says that this will be the story leading into Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. This means that this game will likely be the exact story of the Imprisoning War without an alternate timeline ending. This is backed up further by the fact that the Imprisoning War we hear of in Tears of the Kingdom was, in a way, a victory for Hyrule. At the sacrifice of Rauru's body, the Demon King was successfully sealed, and Hyrule knew peace for thousands of years. As much as I loved Age of Calamity's twist ending, I really do hope we get the straight story that happened in Tears of the Kingdom. I am really looking forward to seeing this ancient Hyrule we've previously only seen in tiny glimpses in Tears of the Kingdom's memories. Whatever the case is, I really hope we get an in-depth view of the ancient Hyrule, and possibly even the inside of Hyrule Castle. The maps will most likely be completely new. Yes, this is the same Hyrule that we've explored in the Wild Era games, but this takes place more than 10,000 years before those games, so the Hyrule we explore will still be drastically different. I also really hope that we get some insight on the identities of the ancient sages. Despite knowing that they are the ancestors of Tears of the Kingdom's sages, we know virtually nothing about them. There are so many things that I hope Age of Imprisonment will include, so many that I don't have time to talk about all of them today, but maybe another time. Thanks so much for watching this video. I know it was really short, but I just wanted to touch on the exciting news of the new Zelda announcements. I will be back to longer content in a bit. What are your hopes for Age of Imprisonment? I'd love to hear them, so please let me know in the comments. Thanks again everyone, and remember, it's dangerous to go alone.